Today's speaker is my man, Michael Lorette. Not only has he been my best friend since he came here his freshman year, he's been part of my family. And speaking of which, both his family and mine are here today, as well as his entire football family. He's been a leader on the baseball team since he came here, and most recently, an unforgettable player and leader on the football team, earning the title of captain. Here goes my man, Michael Lorette.
When I first sat down to write this speech, a bunch of topics came to mind. Basically, this was my thought process. First, it was drums. Then it went from drums to pandas. From pandas to bears. And then to inner beauty. As you can guess, I didn't really feel like I could talk about any of these subjects for a solid 8 minutes. As I lounged around thinking what I could do that wouldn't put me to sleep while writing it, the answer became easy. What am I always daydreaming about? What am I always wishing I could repeat? Why am I so jealous of the freshmen? The topic of my speech was decided to be the most influential, character-building, and physically demanding time of my life so far. I decided to write this speech on my first and last football season as a player. Football taught me 3 major lessons. First, the importance of work ethic. Second, a sense of urgency. And third, a sense of family and belonging that will never be forgotten. Work ethic is defined as a belief in the moral benefit and importance of work and its inherent ability to strengthen character. This pretty much sums up the basic idea of this past summer. I know I speak for the entire team when I say we worked ourselves to a point we thought we couldn't and benefited greatly from it. When I first asked Coach Batchelor about playing, he said, "For the first few months, you're not going to know what you're doing. And when you don't know what to do, just remember to go hard and fast." Hard and fast. That's something he never let us forget. Within the first week of football, I had already been taught an invaluable lesson. When you commit to something, you give it your all, even if you have no idea what's going on. Give it your all. That's a phrase that describes the attitudes of the coaches and players throughout the season. Everyone put in countless hours of work from April to October. I can say with confidence that it was tough on all of us, but everyone who stayed throughout the season benefited greatly, both personally and as a team. We went to camps during the summer that preached the same thing as our coaches. I've never heard the words, "Get after it, Lorette," so much in my life. I can't think of a night where I didn't go to bed exhausted. Work ethic is a lesson that cannot be taught through talk. You need to have people pushing you to be the best you can in order to be the best you can for your team. The biggest lesson I learned this summer was that no matter how hard the training was, the payoff was right around the corner, and your teammates would be there receiving it with you. The second thing I learned about this summer was a sense of urgency. The word urgent is defined as requiring and compelling a quick action or attention. I remember this time last year. I originally wasn't even going to go out for the team. I kept making excuses about not wanting to make the time commitment or not being physically strong or athletic enough to participate in a high-contact sport. Basically, I was being a wuss. I had friends and family members encouraging me to at least give it a shot. Right now, I'd like to thank all of you who pushed me to do this. If it hadn't been for you, I'd be out of a boatload of good memories and a speech topic. So yeah, John Paul, Azaz, Craig, Darren, AJ, Stanton, Jake, Dad, Mr. Hall, and even Jack Barnes. Thank you. The first time I heard the word urgency come out of Coach's mouth, it sounded like a big deal. He said something about the season being over before we knew it, and that if we didn't take advantage of it now, we'd regret it forever. I just figured, we have 5 more months of this. What's he talking about? Well, the season obviously flew by, and now I'm standing here giving a speech on how great the whole ordeal was. That was quick. Honestly, I'd do anything to have another year out on the field with my family. Our first win. What can I say? This was the greatest feeling I've ever had pertaining to sports. Lying down on the field with a few other offensive linemen after crushing Community Christian was such a satisfying feeling, just like all the coaches said it would be. I didn't know it would be that good, and while lying there, I realized, oh wow, I only have a month and a half of this left. Right then and there, I understood what Coach meant by taking full advantage of the season. We had worked hard and prevailed for the first time in Augusta Prep football history. Obviously, we were pretty proud of it, and even more obviously, we felt good. I remember one play I didn't go 100%. To say I went 50 would be pretty generous, actually. I was playing defensive end, and we were playing Community Christian. This scrawny little tight end blew right past me without my even touching him. He was wide open across the middle. Luckily, their quarterback didn't throw it to him. This play ended with my getting chewed out, but what's even worse is that I wasted a down. I would do anything to get that down back. Urgency is not wasting a single minute feeling sorry for yourself or even being tired. The moment will be gone in an instant, so you can't waste it. Leadership was a word heard a lot. Leading by example was something told to the seniors all the time. Leading by example is exactly what the coaches did. They showed us the technique. They showed us how everything was done. They also showed us how to be teammates, leaders, and men. Possibly one of the best coaches in football's history, Vince Lombardi, said, "Coaches who can outline plays on a blackboard are a dime a dozen. The ones who win get inside their player and motivate." Coach Batchelor is a pro at this. Everything he did, it seemed like he did for us. He pushed us and slapped us on the back when we deserved it. Some of the time he was scary, some of the time determined, sometimes happy, sometimes excited, but every one of his actions taught us what it means to be a football player. It means not giving in. It means going 100%. It means picking your teammates up and going hard and fast against the opposition. The entire coaching staff couldn't have done a better job leading by example. They got there early and left late. They put their time, effort, and patience into training up a bunch of high school and middle school kids who had never played football outside of toss-up games. They went the distance for us, inspiring us to be the best we could for them and each other. Another Vince Lombardi quote is, "Teamwork is what football's all about." You don't do it for individual glory. You do it because you love each other. Belonging, love, trust. These are all words that describe my feelings for my football family. I never knew a group of people could unite like this. I went into the season having a few friends and a bunch of acquaintances. I left the season with 30 plus amazing family members. Being part of this family is something that means a lot. Whether it's standing up for one of you in the hallway, or triple teaming a nose guard that just cheap shot at your quarterback. Being on a team with someone means that you will be there for him, because no matter what, you're either winning together or losing together. Every day after practice, Coach would call a player to break the team down on family. We initially thought of only our immediate family and dear friends when we shouted. We thought Coach was reminding us, and he was, of the importance of those whom you love. After only a few months of training and work together, we began to recognize each other as family. When one of us goes down, we have to go down and bring him back. When one of us rises up, we all have to rise up to meet him. This is what being on the Augusta Prep football team means. And so, to my football family, coaches included, I can't thank any one of you enough or explain just how much this season meant to me. The only thing I can think of is telling you that I will be here for you no matter what it is you need. And to everyone else, I challenge you to find something you love and hold on to it as long as you can, because the clock is ticking and nothing will ever make the moments wasted come back. Thank you.